Hello everybody and welcome to the inside of the Vectra C. That is because today's video is going to be based on this vehicle. We're going to be having a look into how to change these. The front anti-roll bar links and possibly the anti-roll bar D-bushes if they are worn as well. So stay tuned, hope this helps, and if you've got a Vectra C, stay tuned to our channel for even more content on this vehicle. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is jack up the front of the vehicle, and I'm not just going to jack up one side, I'm going to jack up both, because I find if you jack up just one side of the car, you tend to put quite a bit of torsion on the anti-roll bar link, which then makes fitting these quite a bit harder, so I would advise to do the same as well. Now it's time to get the wheels off. Right, so here's the link we're going to be changing, and this side actually doesn't look too bad, but the other side is not the best. But the first thing I'm going to do is try and get rid of all this rubbish on here. This one here. There we go. Now I'm going to give them a quick squirt with some lube. Just a minute. So let's give this a go. It started to move it and it's loosened it a bit. What I'm going to have to do is you can put a spanner on the outside, 19mm spanner, and then put a 4mm Allen key in there, or you can just get a pair of mole grips, which is what I'm going to do. Grip on the back and use my gun to gun that the rest of the way off, and then I'll do the same with the bottom one. What I do if this was really rusty, I couldn't get it off. We've got a couple of options really. If I was in a workshop, one thing you could try and do is, if it's so tight you can't get it on but you can get a socket on there, well, you get the best gun you can and turn it clockwise and snap it off on purpose, because you're not keeping this anyway. Another option is if you can get a very small, like, circular disc cutter, or like without catching the strut tower, you could cut the nut down across there, which will cut the side off and release a lot of pressure, and you can just chisel it off. The other option is you could just cut it from the other side where the mole grips are. But yeah, this is just the way I tend to use. I try it because it's less invasive, less cutting tools, and less chance of damaging the strut tower. Let's get in there. You have to make sure these are really tight. You can use two hands like that, even better. There we are. See? Less invasive and nothing's broken. Right, so if you look around here, you can't quite get the gun on there without the bottom arm being in the way. If you're doing both sides, then the good thing is to move on to the other side, undo the top, and then you can drop the whole bar down, giving you that extra bit of room so you can get a gun on there just to make it quicker to take off. As you can see around this side, these bushes are absolutely gone, and that's why I'm changing them. That, and also there is a knocking noise from this side, I'm assuming, because that's dried out and the ball joint's gone, so that's why we're changing these. Yeah, go careful on your car. Just because one side has a flat for a spanner doesn't mean they both do, because if you look, this one is round all the way round, and that explains why this side is perished as hell and the other side isn't, because the other side was probably replaced for an MOT or something, and this side wasn't. But yeah, I should be able to bar this down now. That's another thing you can do, is pop these up. Right, now a bad anti-roll bar link like this one, you can just pop off of the ball joint, so you can leave this behind, which makes it a lot easier to see. where you're putting them. And then what we can do now, like I say, I'll use a bar to bar this down. This one would be good if you had two people. You can get by with just one, just like that. Let's get these bad boys off. Another thing I just wanted to point out as well is, like, as you saw, the old anti-roll bar on this side was a 17mm with just one flat. As you can see, this one looks like a nut, and this is actually a 16mm. And then the one that was on the other side that I took off was just round all the way round, and it was like, yeah, you just had to use anti-roll bar. You just had to use a set of grips or something like that to get it off. But these ones you can use a 16 on, which makes life so much easier. Right, now if I were to do the D-bushes, they are up in there, and what you'd have to do is undo that E12, I believe it is, all the way out. There's another one around the back, and you could get away with just undoing the back one slightly. Don't take it all the way out. I'll do it on both sides. You can slide this whole anti-roll bar then forwards to slide it off of that back bolt, pop that D-bush out, slide it back in with a new one in. Then you'd have to use a lot of pressure. I used to have to use a bar, and then you've got to try and catch that bolt in as well. It's extremely fiddly without dropping the back of the anti-roll bar, the frame down. However, I'm not going to change mine today because there is no play in them. They are absolutely perfect. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't know, maybe I am silly not doing them now, because I've got the anti-roll bar links off anyway. But the way I'm looking at it is, there's nothing wrong with those bushes. There's no need to change them yet. So rather than changing them out when needlessly and wasting my time, I'm thinking I'll keep them. I'm not going to send them back. I'll keep them, mark on them that they're for this Vectra, and then if I do eventually get a knocking noise or they wear out, I'm already covered. It's parts to have to hand then, isn't it? Right, time to put the wheels back on and road test. So there we are, guys. It's not a massively hard job, but it was yeah, it's always good to be in the know, isn't it? So I hope that's helped some of you guys out. If it has, then let us know by hitting a like and subscribe below. That really helps us out. And stay tuned for more Vauxhall sort of content coming up on the channel before long, as well as all the other cars we've got in our fleet. Cheers, guys. I'll see you in the next one.